This is that one song that you heard so many times, and every time you hear it, you're like, I'm not gonna bump to this song. But then you start catching a vibe. I'm sorry, not sorry. Yeah. East Coast with the gang, 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 gang. West Coast with the gang, 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 gang. Lower with the gang, 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 gang. You know we don't play gang, gang, gang. East Coast with the gang, 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 gang. West Coast with the gang, 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 gang. Lower with the gang, 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 gang. You know we don't play gang, gang, gang. East Coast with the gang, 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 gang. West Coast with the gang, 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 gang. Lower with the gang, 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 gang. You know we don't play gang, gang, gang. East Coast with the gang, 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 gang. West Coast with the gang, 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 gang. Lower with the gang, 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 gang. You know. Yeah. Whoa. East Coast with that gang, gang. You know we don't play games, whoa. Hop up on that wagon, oh please just get out the way. You know we stay stuntin', right up in your face. We sorry, not sorry, we just stuck up in our ways. West Coast gon' head stand up, put that glass and hands up. Gang, 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 we famed up. Got that change, we bagged up. Crew love, we stay manned up. Ahem like I'm wheezy, yeah. Rap game just too easy, drip so sick I'm queasy, whoa. East Coast with the gang, 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 gang. West Coast with the gang, 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 gang. Lower with the gang, 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 gang. You know we don't play gang, gang, gang. East Coast with the gang, 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 gang. West Coast with the gang, 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 gang. Lower with the gang, 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 gang. You know we don't play gang, gang, gang. East Coast with the gang, 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 gang. West Coast with the gang, 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 gang. Lower with the gang, 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 gang. You know we don't play gang, gang, gang. East Coast with the gang, 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 gang. West Coast with the gang, 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 gang. Lower with the gang, gang, gang. Yeah. Watch me finesse, walk to the line. Good versus evil, God in his prime. Always in prime, always on time. Our time to shine, wifey is fine. I'm doing fine, glad that you asked. God fill me up, mud in my glass. God clean me up, all that I ask. Wherever you headed there fast. I am ahead, you are in last. Last time I checked, you are all gas. Gas in the whip it up fast. Fast and all furious, I'm starting to spaz. Getting all curious, you put me on blast. Blasting that Darius, kids in the back. Back to the future is black. Black like T'Challa, Wakanda attack. East Coast with the gang, 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 gang. West Coast with the gang, 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 gang. Lower with the gang, 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 gang. You know we don't play gang, gang, gang. East Coast with the gang, 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 gang. West Coast with the gang, 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 gang. Lower with the gang, 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 gang. You know we don't play gang, gang, gang. East Coast with the gang, 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 gang. West Coast with the gang, 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 gang. Lower with the gang, 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 gang. You know we don't play gang, gang, gang. East Coast with the gang, 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 gang. West Coast with the gang, 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 gang. Lower with the gang, 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 gang. You know we don't play gang, gang, gang. You already know this is about to be stupid. How about the range? I'm feeling strange. I might be crazy. None of your face me. I took a sip, I'm not acting my age. I took a trip, now they got me on stage. How about the range? How about the range? Whoa, it's a new range, new page. Got me in a new country, new stage. I ain't signed no deal, I'm too paid. I do not have chill, I'm too crazy. I do not take L's, I'm too Brady. I might be frosted, I'm not flaky. Don't know what it cost me, it's all gravy. Turn on that faucet and just pay me. Whoa, we gon' get it, bring it back. Maybe Donald is a Mac. Couple bottles, empty glass. New machine, I'm sending facts. Bump the headline, check the facts. I'm not a gangster, but I'm a gorilla. Hop on them drums when I'm feeling J Dilla. Come get your lady, cause I'm a just stiller. How about the range, whoa? Hey, yeah, I'm feeling strange, whoa. How about the range? I'm feeling strange. I might be crazy. None of your face me. I took a sip, I'm not acting my age. I took a trip, now they got me on stage. How about the range? How about the range? Whoa. There's no comparison, black in America, little too arrogant. I just embarrass y'all niggas irrelevant. I shouldn't mention it, that's royal etiquette. Out of my element, way too intelligent. Grab you a therapist, send him my sentiments. Neck full of sediments, caught me a Tesla and skirt through the valley. Dropped an investment in Silicon Valley. All of this cake, but I'm missing the patty. Might mess around and just move to Miami. Drums are so loud that they break in the chassis. King of the grass like a Lionel Messi. I am not crass, but my mental is messy. Mud in my glass while my pencil is sketching. All these rappers, but no one impressed me. Most of them actors that labels as testing. How about the range, whoa? Hey, yeah, I'm feeling strange, whoa. How about the range? I'm feeling strange. I might be crazy. None of your face me. I took a sip, I'm not acting my age. I took a trip, now they got me on stage. How about the range? How about the range? Whoa.
Hop out the range. I'm feeling strange. I might be crazy. None of your phase me. Hop out the range, whoa. Yeah, I'm feeling strange, whoa.
Swole Normuth.
The sun is shining, the birds are chirping, the bacon is sizzling. Welcome to the Daily Swole.
Testing. Testicles. Welcome everyone to episode 3160 of the Daily Mother Swole, the most muscular swolecast, beercast, broadcast, gangcast, mancast, pimpcast, sleevescast, and slaycast in Zahrael. Because when I flex, you flex. We all flex our biceps. What's going on, beaches, booshes, busses, hustles, and yo hoes? It's your boy Papa Swolio back with another episode. In today's episode, the Beastcast is brought to you, is powered, is sponsored by Eversting Cake 2, flexing on all you bees.
The fucking Catalina
Happy
line.
Swole Year, everyone. Welcome to the show. We are, my goodness, let's see here. Releases. Oh, I'm seeing all. Let's see. My goodness. All right, we're going to have to pause for a second before we get into some of those releases. But welcome, everyone. Today is our Swole Year release party. We have epic new releases. I don't see any of them. We got a hard pause for a second. Just threw me off completely because we're having some issues with the syncing. But thanks for being here. Apologies for that rocky open, but happy for everyone to be here. We got epic new releases. We have an accountability post from Swole fam members, and it's actually looking back over 2024, what was the progress and what Swole fam members are most proud of accomplishing, and what was the most impactful change that they made over 2024. So we'll get into those. We will take a few questions, and we have a lot of new releases, and we have also the 2024 recap, which I'm just trying to locate. There we go. Am I seeing any of these? Hold on a second. Cool. Welcome, fam. Come on in. We'll give people a few more minutes. Hello, Annie. Hello, Dania. We're just chilling, letting people come on in. Welcome to the fam. Welcome to the Swole New Year party. How we doing, Jeremy, Dallin, Michelle, everyone? Welcome, welcome, welcome. All right. Thank you, fam. All right. We're getting a little glitchy. I'm going to restart the podcast. We're going to start this over again. And just stay tuned. We're going to redo this from the get. And we'll see you in a couple minutes. I'm just kidding. All right, fam. Let's get into these releases. Are you ready? Just giving everyone, we're just chilling, letting people come on in. All right. Had to open up like a shitload of windows. Man, this is a... Oof. This is something that should have been done. Well, it was not ready for me the way it was supposed to be. All right. Sweet. Sweet, sweet, sweet. So what we have, and I want to just explain once more what we do on this special occasion because we do it once a year. All right, cool. I thought we'd have to restart because I had to open up like 50 or 60 windows at once. So what we're going to do is we have new releases, but we also are going to look back over 2024. We're going to look back, and I had to open up like 50 windows at once. I wanted to make sure that it wasn't going to glitch out once we started the stream, because once you start streaming and running all this stuff through, opening up 100 windows at once, probably not recommended, but that's a good sign. That's a good sign. We have enough things that we have to review that it might actually glitch out and crash everything, but no, we're fine. So let's do this. Let's go over some Swole fan posts. Then we're going to get into the throwbacks. Not the throwback, but we're going to get into all the accomplishments and all the things that we released over 2024. And then we're going to get into those new Swole Year releases for 2025. And, you know, what we're doing, just another epic release party that we do. So we're going to look back through it. So let's go over those Swole fan posts. Let's get it started. Welcome to the show. And of course, tomorrow we'll get back to our regularly scheduled programming. We'll have some more awesome mancasts. Had great time over the weekend. Weekend episodes are fire. The live Q&As, we might do that again tomorrow. So it's been a lot of fun. All right. So what I did was ask the Swole fam, what was the most impactful change that you made in 2024? So if you're a member, you got a Swole text earlier today. If you're not a member or you didn't respond it in time, you can respond right now in the chat. So if you're watching on YouTube, if you're watching on Rumble, you can drop in the chat. What was the most impactful change that you made in 2024? And I'm going to read through some of these awesome Swole fam responses. Benjamin says, lost 35 pounds. We're going to have a lot of clapping in this episode. Benjamin, shout out. Lost 35 pounds. These are all Swole texts, so drop in the comments what's the most impactful change that you made in 2024. Christopher says the most impactful change I made this year was joining a gym and moving much heavier weights. My strength and fitness have improved significantly, as indicated by all my blood test markers. You've been a tremendous influence this year, and I cannot thank you enough. Why, thank you, Christopher. Aww. Glad to hear it. Good for you. And I'm glad to see that it's translating into all those other metrics. Good for you. Dawn says the most impactful change for me was getting my nutrition dialed in. This year, I cut out a lot of the BS from my diet and have focused on what I know fuels my body. Recognizing what food and portion size energizes my workout and training sessions has also been a game changer. Good for you, Dawn. Diana says, I started working out regularly and got off blood pressure medication. That's fantastic. Good for you. Hog Wild on Rumble says, 6 months smoke-free next week. Big 2024. Jeremy, my impactful 2024 change came at the end when I hit rock bottom. I knew it was time to join the Swole fam and trust Papa's program. No regrets. Good man. Let's get after it. John says, the 7 pillars, looked at it every day, plus more yoga for recovery. This helps my back as I didn't really stretch much. Game changer. Good for you, John. Glad you're getting after it. Mark, most impactful change in 2024, finally getting my eating right. Cutting out the sauces with my meals as well as oatmeal and a few other things has really helped not just my physical well-being, but mental as well. I feel so much better and so much more focused. Also, adding in new foods that I would never have tried, such as dates, has really helped me keep me in check. I'm going to keep this going into 2025. Marty says, my carnivore way of eating. How many of you are doing carnivore currently? Now, we talked a little bit about that one, in one of the releases. Carnivore is a great way to start. It's a great way to do a complete elimination diet, so definitely recommended. Melissa says, making pillar number 7 my life's mission. Thank you for everything, Papa. As you and the fam know, 2024 was the hardest year of my life. Being consistently consistent kept me on target for my goals every day. Thank you for everything. Aww. And thank you for sharing, Melissa. Melissa is one of the most engaged members and, of course, responding to all these, always being consistently consistent, but it's important to hear that, especially on the Monday episodes. And it's important to remember that when you are addressing your 7 pillars, that pillar number 7, even if you're doing them every day, pillar number 7 is doing the first 6 every day. So tomorrow, the 7 pillars apply. The next day, the 7 pillars apply. So it resets every single day. And if you're executing those every single day, the 7 pillars really keeps you present, keeps you in the moment, and it keeps you on what you can control today. So if you can control your 7 pillars, which you can, or you can do your best to control them and to improve them and to execute on them, then you're going to have successful days, successful weeks, successful months, and so on. So it's really important to focus on that on the daily. Riley says, really focusing on my sleep, still not perfect yet, but I made the conscious effort this year to work on my nighttime routine and even bought mouth tape and blackout curtains. Huge. Mouth tape is great. Blackout curtains, cold, dark room, absolutely essential for quality sleep, in my opinion. Tim says, giving a shit. That was his biggest accomplishment. I really mean this. Giving a shit is all the motivation you need. With this driving me, I've been able to do so many things. The weight loss, added mobility, getting stronger with a disease that's trying to hold me back, the improved mindset over personal accomplishments. The list goes on. It's just snowballed and is continuing to roll. Good man. All right, those are all the responses we got this morning. Of course, we're going to have more probably coming in later, and we'll do more tomorrow and the next day. So if you didn't respond to this via Swole text, I did send it out a couple hours ago, but a lot of you are working or you're doing whatever, different time zones and whatnot. Make sure you still respond to it. Even if you answer in the chat, you can still respond. We'll read it again tomorrow, and you can go in a little bit more depth with your Swole text. Let's read a couple live ones. Sir Noah of Bilbrey 232. I'm with my dad on that. So Noah and his dad, Jeremy, are both part of the Swole fam, and they're crushing it. So welcome everyone to the show today. Pam Stein just joined the app. Can't wait to reach my goals this year. Awesome. Welcome to the fam, Pam. Welcome to the fam, Pam. I said it, and then I'm like, did that sound weird? Did that come out right? It did come out right. Again, happy Swole year. Happy Swole year is the card today. And then we have the Papa Swolio, of course. That was a big part of this year. Papa Swolio passing in November, but still graces us with her presence every day. Hashtag happy Swole year for a chance to win today's Swole card. Dismal Cyanide on YouTube says, the best change I made is going to the gym first thing in the morning before work. I've been 100% consistent at 5 times a week. Lifts since I started and made it non-negotiable. Love it. And anytime you are setting a habit, it needs to be non-negotiable. So whatever you need to do to make it, I cannot avoid doing this thing that I need to do. That's how you have to set up a habit. Make it non-negotiable. Good stuff. Let's see. Annie says, I fixed an imbalance in my shoulder muscles. My right shoulder no longer hurts, and they're both no longer skin and bones. Damn right, making some gains. And happy Swole year, Elizabeth. Elizabeth says, going back to carnivore is helping me so much more than having some fruits and other carbs like sweet potatoes and rice. Going back to carnivore is better. So Elizabeth, do you like going back and forth, or you said you like carnivore, you don't like fruits? So you like just straight, or do you like going back and forth? Do you think you'll go back and then kind of have some carbs once in a while and just stick mainly carnivore, or you like carnivore period? What was the reason why you went to having some carbs and then, or are you going to go back and forth, or are you just going to stick to one, do you think? Well, good. And remember the whole point about the elimination diet, the whole point is figuring out what works best for you. So maybe we'll see Elizabeth's response, but maybe you find that you like to do carnivore for 3 months and then add a little bit of carbs for a month or two and then go back. As long as you're aware of what foods do what to your body And maybe certain times of year or certain times of training or whatever it is for you, you can fluctuate. Some of you, when you have major seasonal shifts, you might like certain foods, you might feel like you need certain things. For me in Florida, when it gets cold, it gets into like the 50s and 60s at the worst. So it's not really punishing like -10 where a lot of you, and it snows 10 feet and you're bundled up, you're not getting any vitamin D. So it's a whole different kind of flow if you're going through deep seasonal changes. Elizabeth says, I tried adding those things back in and started gaining fat. Do you know for sure if you're gaining fat or was just water with the carbohydrates, which is totally normal? So it depends. Depends on how much you're eating. Depends on your total caloric value. Depends on how close you're tracking to it, but do what works best for you. So good stuff. Good stuff. Good stuff. Okie dokie. Just remember when you guys cut carbs, you're going to lose water weight. So carbs go with water too. It's hard to track body fat and muscle and water weight in detail, but fluctuating or adding, usually you do want to play with carbohydrates. If you want to lean out, it's really the better option, like Elizabeth is doing, to adjust carbohydrates. So you want to keep your protein high. You definitely want to adjust the fat, but then the carbohydrates you can adjust. You can adjust accordingly. All right. So let's get into a couple questions. Any live questions? Hashtag Ask Papa. So we'll get into a couple and then we'll get into those throwbacks. I keep saying throwbacks. We'll get into the recap of 2024 and then we'll look at some of those new releases that we have. Hashtag Happy Swole Year for a chance to win today's Swole card. We'll give that away at the end of today's episode.
And that's the way, I like it. Casey on the Sunshine Band.
All right, let's do it. First question. Let's see what we got here.
What's in
If you have live questions, we'll pause and we'll take a couple questions. Allow more people to come on in. Remember, hit the like button, subscribe, and you can check out the show on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Kirik123777. I'm starting to sweat in here. Just getting sweaty. Is going to the gym 6 times a week a good decision for muscle growth? Well, yes and no. If you're not training at all, you definitely want to get on a good program, but you don't need to lift 6 days a week. So if you go to the gym 6 days a week, it's not recommended that you're lifting intensely 6 days a week. So this is why I want to clarify. So going to the fucking gym, you maybe go and do some stretching, or you go and walk on the treadmill, or you go into the sauna. There's different things that people can do at a gym. Some gyms are awesome. They have some gyms you go in, you can spend the whole day there. They just have everything you need. They have a lounge. You could do work. You can study, whatever it is you want to do. You could read. Some people like to go there and just spend some time at the gym. So depends on what kind of situation you have, but you don't need to lift 6 days a week. My recommendation for most people overall would probably be about 4, even 5 days a week is probably pushing it, but 4 days a week is a great solid for an upper lower split. Most people don't need more than that. 5, maybe the max, because you're just not recovering enough. It depends on what you're doing and the volume, but generally if you're targeting and you're getting each body part twice a week, you could do that in a 4-day split. But twice a week, the trade-off for trying to hit every body part 3 times a week is marginal in my opinion. Twice a week is really good for frequency. So 6 days a week in the gym for lifting is going to be more than you need, much more than you need. It's going to eat into your recovery. So you're going to be more fatigued. So there's a complication there. Rajab PVT. And that's what Maximum Swole is so great for. How many of you are doing Maximum Swole still? I saw a couple people dropping about Maximum Swole in there. Cerny says, yeah, in 2024, I finally learned how to handle the mind fuck of Maximum Swole. And once that happened, there's no stopping me. Yeah, Maximum Swole is a little bit of a mind fuck when you first started. Papa Swole, at what age should you start going to the gym? You can do physical activity at any age, but I think when you're a lot younger, you can lift light weights with your mom and dad. You can get them little plastic weights or pink dumbbells and they can do things along with you, but they could be hanging from the bar. You can climb ropes and stuff like that. In my opinion, when you're a child, you should be just doing more like full body and just general movement, climbing, jumping, throwing things, running around. You don't have to be doing focused weight training, but you can still lift things and carry them around, little sandbags that are light, and just being a kid, barefoot, running, climbing, doing those types of things. But in terms of lifting and doing a structured program, teenager, and again, you don't want to be training to failure. You don't need to be doing heavy max out sets when you're 9 or 10. You just don't want to train till absolute fatigue. You don't want to cause any joint damage and stuff like that. So proper form and stuff like that. The first time I ever lifted was 13. I really started getting more serious when I was like 17 or 18. So obviously with social media and kids are getting into training a lot younger, just got to make sure you're doing it properly. But teens is the best time to really get into like more heavier lifting, in my opinion. And that depends on the individual and the coordination. And you just shouldn't be worried and super worried about packing on tons of size when you're 13, 14. I would probably 15, 16, you can start learning how to really start training harder. But a lot of kids are doing that a lot earlier because they're playing football and all this kind of stuff. So just got to be mindful of it. I think it depends on the individual. Let's see. Busy B 1616. Pompasoy, I don't have access yet to a sauna, gym, nor home. Can I get similar benefits from wearing a sauna suit like I wore when I wrestled many years ago? If so, do exercise in it? It's a good question. I mean, it's definitely a similar benefit. I don't know. I can't tell you. I couldn't tell you if that's going to be the same thing. Because, to get the benefits in the sauna for like the heat shock proteins and stuff, it's usually like 175, 180 for like 20, 25 minutes. So you got to make that pretty hot. I'd be careful doing exercise in a sauna suit. It's very easy to get dehydrated. It really depends on everything else you're doing. I'm not going to recommend something. A lot of people have issues and heat stroke and heat exhaustion from doing that kind of stuff. I had a roommate in college that would destroy himself putting on garbage bags and doing hardcore biking and stuff on a stationary bike. It was insane trying to lose water weight for a match for wrestling. So they have those portable saunas. I'm not sure how good they are. Some people seem to like them, the ones that fold out and things like that. But that's a good question. Similar benefits, I don't know how similar. Obviously, nothing's going to compare to a real sauna, but it's a good question. Cold showers are great too. Any kind of heat exposure or temperature change in temperature exposure. Ty from the rooftop, Papa Soy, aside cardio, any good way to lose belly fat? Cardio is not going to make or break or do anything for your belly fat. It's going to come down to your caloric balance, inflammatory foods, quality sleep, hormone balance, all those other lifestyle habits, endocrine disruptors, removing those inflammatory environments from your life as much as possible. So cardiovascular activity is beneficial. It's good for your heart. Sauna gives you cardio mimicking benefits. You can go for a walk. You could do high intense interval training, 10, 15 minutes a couple times a week. You don't have to do tons of long distance running. In other words, you want to build muscle. You want to get better sleep. You want to change other habits with the 7 pillars. You don't have to destroy yourself. There's a reason why cardio is not one of the pillars. It's good for activity. It's good for heart health, but you're going to get cardio benefits from lifting, not obviously the same thing as doing cardio. You can get similar benefits from doing sauna. And there's different ways to approach cardiovascular training, going for long walks versus higher intensity interval training. But it's going to come down to obviously you improving your metabolism, building lean mass, bone density, muscle mass, and then your body utilizing more fat at rest from stores on your body over the long term. So maintenance or a slight caloric deficit as a result of that. And don't forget the intermittent fasting. Dania. Oh, FYI, Papa Swole, I just got diagnosed with mild osteoporosis. Do you have advice for how to train with that? Are you lifting weights? Osteoporosis, lifting weights, nutrition and weights. A lot of times there's a lot of foods that can actually bind to calcium. I believe, I don't know if oxalates do that, but phytic acid, things like in grains and oatmeal and stuff like that. I'm not sure what your nutrition is like, but you got to be careful for elements. A lot of greens, kale, spinach. Some of these things can interfere with absorption of calcium into the bone. So raw dairy is fantastic. Collagen, things like that with bone broth, organ meats, meat, lifting heavy weights. So it's really important to get that axial loading. Lifting weights is going to improve your bone density. Really the maximum potential for you to have maximum bone density is in your 30s. But even 40s and 50s, you can still develop and prevent bone loss. So that's very common for women especially. Isn't that like linked to hormonal birth control too? It might be. But anyway, lifting weights for sure, and proper nutrition, and getting high quality sources of minerals in your food and your vitamins and minerals. Okay. We answer this question a lot, but I'm going to address it because I'm sure a lot of people watching or listening are still curious. What is that club you swing called and what's it for? I swing a lot of different clubs, maces, clubs, meals, jories. I have a lot of different clubs, wood and steel and all this stuff, everything in between that I swing. And circular training is fantastic for grip strength. It's great for the elbows. It's great for the shoulders. It's great for moving meditations, just great for upper body mobility and grip strength and so on and so forth. So it's fantastic. I highly recommend. Highly recommend. There are movements, there are things we do in the Swollen Sevens where you're swinging and doing a step back lunge and stuff like that. Generally, I just swing. I swing every day, and I'll do that as my warm up. I'll do a dead hang. I'll swing a little bit, right arm, left arm. I do both arms at the same time, and then I get into my preparation, my sets on chest press or whatever it is. So that's like my warm up. That's how I've been using it. Alia. Papa Swole, what should I eat on a rest day? Same things you're eating on a training day. Eat the right foods, eat sufficient amount, eat the protein for your body weight, what you need for your lean mass, and then adjust everything else accordingly. You might not feel as hungry, but you still need sufficient protein, and you should still be eating, towards your goals, whether it's gaining muscle, more, you should be towards gaining muscle, but whether you're around maintenance, whether you're in a slight surplus or a slight deficit, everything else should be adjusted accordingly. Good question. Jesse Dutil. Pomposolio. Thinking of changing splits. Right now doing biceps/forearm. Tri/chest. I'm not used to people writing it that way. Back/shoulder. Legs. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's a 4-day split. Why are you doing biceps on a separate day? So from what I can tell on your split, if you're doing just biceps on one day, that's kind of a wasted day. You should just be doing biceps. You don't need to do biceps on a separate day. If you want to prioritize biceps, just train them first in a workout. So you're doing 3 upper body days and 1 leg day. I would just recommend doing an upper lower and doing biceps first. So do an upper lower split, maybe either 2 days on, 1 day off, or every other day, upper lower rest, or upper rest, lower. You could always do upper lower rest and then upper rest, lower rest. You can always add an extra recovery day in between based on what you need, but just do biceps first. Do on your upper body day, do biceps first and then do your chest. You could do biceps for chest. So if you're trying to prioritize your bicep by doing a separate day, just do your 2 bicep sets, for example, before chest. And then you could do your back and triceps afterwards and finish with forearms. Or if you want to prioritize forearms too, that's why you're doing them on that day. You could do biceps and then chest and whatever else for upper body, and then do a little bit of forearms before you do legs on the lower body day, because forearms isn't going to take a lot out of you. That'll take you 10 minutes to do some forearms before legs. So that would be my recommendation, just based on what you're saying here. There's no reason to have a bicep day. That's just a waste of time. And when I say waste of time, it's just, I understand if you're doing something on a separate day, cool, you want to prioritize it, but you could just do that first on your upper body day. And I think a lot of people don't realize that. If you're doing, so let's talk about this for a second. If you're doing biceps, well, Papa Swolio, if I do biceps before I do back, aren't I going to be fatigued? No, you're not using your biceps for back. You're trying to move your humerus. You want your lats or, whatever muscles you're using for either your upper back or for your lats. You're not using your biceps. Your biceps are helping you flex the elbow. You're trying to work your back. So if your biceps got a little bit of work in, that's fine. You're not using them primarily. You're using wraps too. So you should be using straps when you're training your back. If you're not using straps when you're training your back, you're missing out. And anyone that says, well, then we're going to have weak grip strength. That's retarded. That's stupid. That's not something that doesn't make sense. Your grip strength is going to be a limiting factor. If you're training your back, if you're doing wide pull downs, if you're doing rows, if you're doing T-bar rows, you should be lifting with straps. You're leaving gains on the table. You can still train your grip. That's why I swing clubs every day. My grip is great. I have a gripper machine. I train my grip. I train it specifically. It's totally fine. I do dead hangs all the time. My grip strength is totally fine. When I'm training back, I want to train back. I'm not trying to train my grip. Okay, everyone in the comments on Rumble is talking about club swing and stuff like that. Rita Magrandrada. I went to the gym for 6 days in a row. Can I rest tomorrow, please? Listen to the answer to the question earlier when I said, don't go to the gym 6 days in a row. That's insane. That's insane. I say go to the gym every day. But people say, well, you say go to the fucking gym every day. Sure, because someone watching my video somewhere needs to hear to go to the fucking gym today. I don't mean literally do intense training every day. If you're going to the gym and doing yoga, or hey, I go lift 4 or 5 days a week, and then the other days I go when I do sauna, they have a cold plunge or a steam room, cool, go do that. That's totally fine. Or I go there and I like to use I go there and I get a protein smoothie and I do a little stretching and I hang out there because it gives me peace of mind. I love the gym. I love the whatever it is. But to lift, you're not recovering. Remember, the purpose of building muscle, or the way to build muscle, is to expose your body to the stimulus and minimize fatigue. That way you can recover as efficiently as possible for the next session that you're doing that body part, where you can train it intensely again. So seriously, when I train, I'm doing 2 days on and 1 day off. Sometimes I'll do every other day, depending. But I do 2 days on, 1 day off, or every other day, upper or lower, and I'll do 1 set for a body part. But I'm going to like a 0 RIR. I'm doing 1 set for triceps, 1 set for biceps. I might do 2 sets for chest and maybe 2 sets for back, but I'll do 1 set of 2 different exercises. For chest, I did 2 sets of flat pressing on a press machine. And for back, I did 1 set of T-bar rows and 1 set of a high row, 1 for upper back, 1 for lats. You don't even have to do both of those things in every session. So the most important thing is like you're hitting different muscles in a little bit, you're targeting certain areas. The most important thing is overall, you're getting these muscles more frequently. So it's really not important to do volume. Remember, volume is not the determining factor for growth. It's the intensity of training as well as the minimization of fatigue and the progressive overload. So what you're trying to do is create the stimulus and then minimize the fatigue so you can create the stimulus again. The more often you can create the stimulus, the more you can progressively overload if you manage your fatigue properly. So you're better off, and I'll say it again, you're better off doing 1 set twice a week than 2 sets once a week. Or extrapolate that out. You're better off doing 2 sets twice a week versus 4 sets once a week. So for a body part, you're better off doing 2 sets on Monday and 2 sets on Thursday or Friday than you are doing 4 sets on Monday and then waiting another week. Okay, this is why when the person was saying I do 6 days a week or I have a 4-day split, you don't need a biceps and forearms day. If you have a biceps and forearms day, that's like 10 minutes of training. Like you're better off doing an upper body and a lower body day, hitting the biceps twice, doing 2 sets at the beginning of your workout, and then going into chest. And then in 2 or 3 days, you're hitting it again hard. If you're training hard enough, it works. If you're not training hard enough, if your intensity is not there, it's not going to work. So this is why people are saying Maximum Swole in the app is a mindfuck. It's because that is about more frequency. It's about lower volume. But this is the principle that we're talking about. So I'll actually bring up the app for a second. So if you go to programs, this program here, Maximum Swole, the way that's structured is in order to create the stimulus and then minimize the fatigue. So you don't want to do with 2 sets what you could do in 1 set. And you don't want to do with 3 sets what you could do in 2 sets. And why do 4 sets if you could do it in 3 sets or 2 sets? So you start with less and then you add if you need, because going from 1 set to 2 is double the volume. It's double the fatigue. And the more sets that you do in a workout, the more the latter sets in that session are going to get less stimulus. So what a lot of people don't realize, hey, I just did 2 sets for chest and then 2 sets for back and then 2 sets for shoulders and then 2 sets for biceps. Well, you just did 8 or 10 sets. By the time you get to triceps or whatever's last, you're literally putting it at the bottom of the barrel. So if you drop those other ones to 1 set, you've done half the volume by the time you get to the last session, the last exercise. So you're much more fresh. You're going to get more of a stimulus and you can just hit that again in 2 or 3 days. It's a whole different way of training. And you're going to realize that the heavier you train, you actually, I don't want to say you get less sore, but you recover faster. You feel sore, but it's a different type of sore. You don't have that superficial, super sensitive, like you don't feel that kind of, for lack of, I guess, superficial, topical soreness. You might feel like a deep, like tight, like, oh my God, you trained yesterday, but it goes away quicker because you don't have that kind of edema. You don't have that swelling. You don't have that extra inflammation. You did the work, you provided the stimulus, but you didn't punch yourself in the legs 10 times afterwards. You didn't beat a dead horse, right? If you shoot a horse and it's dead, why shoot it 10 more times? One bullet worked. You don't have to shoot it 10 more times. It's not more dead. It's just still dead. And then you ruin the meat. You ruin the meat, then you can't eat it. You can eat horse. Has anyone here eaten horse before? See how quickly we get off topic? Now we're on eating horse. Soon we're going to be on cannibalism again. We always talk about eating humans. Okay, let's see. John Fernandez says, club and mace training is no joke. Seriously, 5-pound club to start. 5-pound clubs to start. Green Dragon Hearts. If you get a mace, get a light one first. I got a 25-pound one and can't really use it. Dude, do not pick it up. 25-pound mace. You should get 10-pound mace. 10-pound mace is the highest you should go to start for anyone. Anyone. I remember I got the first mace I ever got. I bought it off Facebook Marketplace. Someone was selling it, or it was offer up, and it was a 20-pound mace. It was too heavy. So I got a 10-pound. You'll get up to it quick. But remember, with mace and club swinging, it's a lot of reps. It's very, very light, high repetition. You're doing it often and frequently, coats of paint. And it's like any other kind of like high training. You warm up and all that stuff. If you go heavy, you don't do those heavy clubs or meals or whatever it is all the time. You do them more intermittently and have that nice base. I rarely go heavy with that stuff anymore. I used to swing those heavy, massive clubs I haven't swung them in a while because I've been prioritizing the strength training, and that's very fatiguing. It's a lot of strain on the joints. But the light ones are great. And the reason why I like the wood clubs is because 5 pounds is a great weight, but the small leverage of it, it's a tight swing. So I like the wood because you can go very light, but it has a nice looping arc. The torque and the size is a nice more pacing for a swing. It's easier on the joints and it's much more satisfying. But of course, if you have a small 1 pound steel club, it's going to be very, very tiny. 1 pound wood club is going to be a lot bigger just because of the volume and what the material is made out of. All right. Clubs are great warm up. Great warm up. Fantastic. Any other thoughts, questions, concerns? For those of you just joining in now, we just had a nice slow start. We went through some Swole fan posts. Looking back over 2024, we answered some questions. You can still drop questions. If you're interested in joining the fam, start your free trial, download the Swole Enormous app, go to swolenormousx.com, or you can head over to the App Store or Google Play. Look, it's December 30th, 2 more days, and we're in the new year officially. It's 2025. So if you've been waiting this long, waiting for resolution season, this, that, and the other, holidays, I know you're busy. You don't want to start something new because you're traveling. I get it. I always try to get you to start earlier. You should start today. If not today, tomorrow. But go and get yourself started, jump in and get access to everything we're talking about. And you can do it for free for a week. And we have a lot of releases that we're going to go through right now. But first, let's see what we got here. First, we're going to go through all the releases, not every single one individually, but we're going to go through. First off, let's give a nice round of applause to everyone. An awesome 2024. Big 2024. Big 2024. I haven't looked over every single slide here, by the way. I haven't looked over every single slide. Let me just scroll through. Make sure none of my nudes have been accidentally put in here. Oh. Just got to make sure I don't want to hang dong. I'm going to get the show banned. Make sure, because sometimes these things, like you sync up some pictures, and then it hits the iCloud and accidentally one gets like, a little coin purse. Easy. All right, just making sure there's no nudes. Okay, no nudes. Everyone's like,
Hi, puppy.
all right. Everyone's like, damn. Hang dong on the release party. Okay, Are you ready, Beaches? Who's ready for the look back through 2024? Keep some gains private. All right. All right. All right. Excellent. Here we go. So in 2024, we released, and we release every single Monday. So if this is the first time that you've been here, this is the first. We do this every single Monday. We release new content. So this is obviously, we're looking back over all the weeks. Over 150 recipes.
Wow.
Added 150 recipes. So my goodness, you have a new recipe for, I don't want to say every day, but you could do every recipe twice. And of course, this just gets added to our other 1,000 recipes. And of course, with the app now, it's so much easier to navigate, to create your own recipe playlist. A lot of you, how many of you have, let's drop this in the comments, those of you that are already members and you have the app, how many of you have created recipe playlists? You can create a playlist for everything, for brain gains. You could create a playlist for yoga, for different morning yoga, for evening, your favorite classes, yoga favorites, number one. You could really organize whatever. So you can create your own favorite recipe playlists and meals. You could have meat meals. You could have your favorite chicken recipes and create a playlist for chicken. You could do whatever you want. So how many of you, or what kind of playlists are you doing? We should start doing that. Share some screenshots of your playlists, your favorite playlists. I think we should. We should probably start doing that for the new year. Everyone share some screenshots. We'll talk about that. But sharing your favorite yoga playlist, because then it'd be like, ooh, let me try that. And then we can maybe, or like your favorite Swole 7 sequence. But what do you guys have? What kind of playlist do you guys have? All right, let's get into the next one. Drum roll. A lot of options. And this just gets added. So again, think about it. You can create your own recipe playlist. You can create a playlist for any of the products, any of the workouts, any of the Swole 7s. And what a great thing is with the Swole 7s, you can stack them a certain way and create your own playlist. You can create your own flow. Same thing with yoga. If you like 2 classes back to back, you can put 2 express classes back to back. All right, over 150 recipes, over 60 yoga classes.
Wow.
And over 60 yoga classes. So of course, we drop a new yoga class every single week. So you have literally, you could do a new yoga class every single week for the entire year. And of course, we had our Balls Deep for summer where we'll release a couple extra. Here we release a couple extra classes. Sometimes we release 2 yoga classes. So some of those weeks we did 2 yoga classes because we felt like it. But over 60 is that all? Over 60 yoga classes. Now, again, this is on top of everything else. I've always been saying for a while, I was saying we have over 300 yoga classes, 350, over 400, over 450. I mean, I don't even want to count them up, but we have like 450 or 400 or 500 yoga and mobility class, and we're still adding more every single week. It's awesome. And again, the exciting part about all this is that the app just makes it easier for you to access all the new classes, create your favorite ones. And what's cool about the yoga studio is when you find a class that you like, chances are there's 5 or 10 other ones just like it. You try a new, I've never tried hips and twist number 5. Cool. Well, guess what? There's 4 other ones. So you can go and try those because you'll probably like those as well. So when you find a certain series that you like, you can go and see the other ones. Sometimes there's yin for hips number 9. And it's great. You find that you like number 9. You're probably going to like at least a couple other ones from 1 through 8. So there's always a lot of options. Jeremy, I can't count that high. 60.
Damn.
All right. Here we go. Let's see what's next.
What's in the box?
No nudes. People, I shouldn't have brought up nudes. Everyone's like, this sucks now. Now everyone's expecting. Now everyone wishes there were nudes. All right. Maximum Swole. We drop new workouts for Maximum Swole. So, of course, the great thing about our programs is that we add to them. We add new workouts. And we've added a bunch of new ones for Maximum Swole with that program release over 2024. We had 4 editions of the Papa Swolio Signature Series. 4.
Wow.
If you don't know, we release a special merch edition every 100 days. We're coming up on one in 40 days. The other one we have, one of the previous ones, not the Christmas sweater, it's still going out. So you guys are going to be getting that shortly, which is exciting. That's going to be a great thing to have in the new year. You're going to love that one. They're always great. They're always worth waiting for. So 4 editions. We had the Swole AF. That's a great design. This is P3S9. We had P3S10. P3SX, flexing on all you beaches. I like that one. P3S11 was just sent out. And of course, P3S12 was the ugly, ugly Christmas sweater that got someone kicked out of the pictures. Who was that? I forget who mentioned that, but one of the members wore it and mother was like, I'm not taking a picture with you for Christmas. Good. Ugly Christmas. If it gets you kicked out of your Christmas party, it worked. We had 23 sessions of the round table. And these are conversations between myself and the rest of the fam. We'll have another one coming up soon. Swole Fam Roundtable 23. And of course, if you go to Swole TV, you can listen to all the previous ones. So how many do we have? We have 75 or 80 or whatever it is. And they're an hour and a half to 2 hours long. And you can listen to all the previous ones. And there's a lot of great conversations. If you just want to have something in the background, conversation, random stuff from over the years, we saved them all. So if you can be there, that's great. It's a great Zoom call. People come up on stage, talk about whatever, shoot the shit, great time. So as a member, you get access to those and all the previous ones. So you go check that out on Swole TV. Next one. Next one.
What's in the box?
We have had over 45 new driving while gaining videos. Swole Fam favorites. Swole Fam favorites. Now, you'll find these floating around on YouTube, but a lot of them have been removed. We started getting censored and banned for them, so started making them privately. Kind of might post some of them publicly again, maybe, maybe not, but this is exclusively for members, so it's very niche. And member favorites, driving while gaining episodes, been doing these. This is the first style of video that I ever did. Even before the podcast, I was doing driving while gaining. There wasn't as much rage originally, but then it became what originally popped out the YouTube channel, and then it started getting flagged for obvious reasons, and had to stop posting them publicly because I wanted to still have channels that didn't get removed from YouTube. Is like still allowing me to post sometimes, so I thought it'd be a good idea to probably not post some of these. Maybe we'll have some of those publicly again, but driving while gaining will continue, and at least it'll continue for members that enjoy them and appreciate them the most. So over 45 new driving while gaining videos. Overtime, 51 episodes of overtime. Wow. Now overtime is where we have on Fridays, we'll feature the new driving while gaining. We'll go over some new balls deep edits and mashups and things like that. And anything that's a little bit too spicy for the public stream. So 51 overtime episodes. Now we got to take it down a notch. This year, indeed, this year this is a tough slide. So this year we gained 2 Swole Angels, Christy Mayberry and our sweet baby girl, Papa Swolio. So both of them are now, I guess, lifting weights and eating beefs in heaven. So most of you have been here from before that, and before, remember Christy, and she's amazing. And of course, the Papa Swolio. So yeah, that was tough. That was a tough. It's hard to believe that it was actually, they're both this year. So much has happened this year, and miss them both very much. God, that's gonna make me tear up. This is one of my favorite pictures of Papa Swolio, by the way. It's one of my favorites. I didn't expect that one to pop up. It's one of my favorite pictures ever. This is when we were still at the apartment, and she was always so excited when she would lay in the grass in the sun. She still had her teeth. So this is like, that picture's like probably 2019, I think. 2020, that's like 5 years ago. Something like that, 5 or 6 years ago. Oh, Ichibishi. Oh, Papa Swolio. Okay, now what we also had, which is great news. Pinkston Churchill and Rufus Tainty Boy, the Tontimian, they both turned 3 years old. Aww. They both turned 3 years old. So Pinkston's right here. And Mr. Mustard is, you can see him. He's off his bed. but now they're both 3 years old. So at least we have, and I will say that one of the best things that, I recommend if you have a dog that's getting up there in years is to get a puppy when they still have a few years left. So one of the best things we did was Pinky was keeping Papa Swolio young. She was really active, and it was great for them to bond. And when Papa Swolio was still active and running around. So had like 3 years with her, which is great. So kind of taught her the ropes, and she learns a little bit from her and the habits and stuff like that. Bad habits too. But Pinkston has been wonderful considering, dealing with the loss of Papa Swolio. So, and there's so many similarities because Papa Swolio was half Chihuahua and Pinkston's obviously full Chihuahua. So there's a lot of behavioral similarities. So we're really grateful to have her. So 3 years old, both of them 3 years old. Now, 2024 was a big year because we've been talking about it all the time, and I'll continue to talk about it, and I'm always going to talk about it. I'm going to talk about it right now, in fact. We launched the Swolenormous app. This was huge. The app was announced on the Balls Deep for Summer, like in May. So we announced that we're working on the app, and it took a few months to put this together and to have it the way that we want it for was ready. And the release has been very successful. We're still working on things. We're going to still be improving things. There will be some changes over the course of the next few years, obviously, improvements and stabilization. And then as like new iOS has come out, there'll be updates, and we're going to keep on working on things the best that we can. But right now we're focused on, and this is what this release party is. What we're really focusing on now is adding a lot of content. And the cool thing about having the app finally done and finally settled and working functionally and things the way we like it with small tweaks here and there is now we can create the content that we want with the new app structure. So for a while, we're just working on the app, and we didn't want to add content that wasn't going to coincide with how the app was actually going to be structured, because we kept on tweaking things even to right before the release. So now that the app is live, you're using it, it's functioning, it's great, it's working out really well. If you haven't downloaded it, go download it today. But now we're focused on creating content for the app with that new structure and filling it out, and really, any gaps that we have and stuff that I've wanted to do for a while that now is able to be organized really well with the app. So very excited about that. So of course, you guys know this. We have a lot of different features. This is just a small portion of all the features you get with the app, but the benefits that you still have with the website, by the way. If you joined with the app, you go to the website, same login, same password. Some of you like to use a computer. Some of you want to use the app. So now you have both options, but offline downloads, you could schedule your workouts, of course, in the calendar. You have the community in there, as well as you have the Telegram chat, custom playlists, which we talked about earlier, the journal, which is fantastic, and streaming to your TVs. There's a lot of really cool options for using the app. And that's just where we are right now. Yeah, John says, I remember when you were against assembling an app. I'm glad you reconsidered. Swole app is amazing. Well, yeah, at the time, it really depended on what the possibilities were. And at the time, I wasn't interested. I wasn't interested for a while because the options for creating an app weren't to my satisfaction. It wasn't going to be either as customizable, or is going to be through a different company that, the branding or the way it would set up wouldn't be the way I wanted it. So when this situation presented itself, then it became a viable option. So the cool thing about the website is that it's a mobile app, so you can use it on your browser, and it functions like a mobile app. It's still not the same as an actual native app, but what I'm really glad is that we can have both options. And that was my concern too, with having the same login. It's like, oh, you have an app login, and then you have this login. The fact that it completely integrates was a huge portion as to why that was the right decision. Okay, so in addition to all of those things, fam, we're going to go through these fairly quickly because there's a lot to go through.
What's in the box?
I love how this is a release. Too many merch drops to count. So if you're new to the fam, new to all this, you might not know, we release new stuff every week. And of course, we're psychopaths, so we release new merch every single week, which is unheard of.
Wow.
But I don't know if anyone else releases more content than we do. But new merch, new designs. Of course, today I'm rocking the Super Swole Bros. Great design. papaswolio.com, shameless plug, buy one, get one 50% off for a few more days. Too many merch drops to count. So let's go through some of them. We have the Hope Design GTTFG, the famous lift design, which is absolutely legit. That might be one of my favorite designs of all time, the Donald Pump. We also have, let's go through, these are all this year, all right? You Can't Lift With Us, Mean Girls designs, and Swole Game, the Squid Game design. You Can't Lift With Us, that's a classic. Just Keep Lifting, Finding Nemo design, the Vamos. Well, this is the wrong style. Vamonos is it's not the proper phrasing, but Vamos al Puto Gimnasio. That was the first one. That was the grammar spelling error. We fixed that one. But the Door of the Swole Explorer, Make Shaming Great Again. Good advice. Red, White, and Swole. We have the Swole America, the Eagle, the Flexing Eagle. Love that one. Lift might be my favorite one. We have I Identify as Non-Binary. Don't vote if you skip leg day. That was a hugely popular one. The GTTFG NASA design. Swolvana. This one is underrated. This is underrated. I guess it's because it's more niche. It cracks me up. But I think this is one of the more underrated designs. So if you don't know the Nirvana cover, you're not going to laugh at this. But I love the fact that Baby Swolio here has a huge censored hog. That really gives me a lot of deep satisfaction. And chasing that dollar bill, Swolvana. So I guess that ages me, I suppose. But great design. Swolvana, I think, is underrated. I need to wear it again. Let's see. Tallow Butter 2024. These gains have been unburdened by what has been more than 8 reps is cardio. Straight facts. We have the Street Design, Shut the Fuck Up Av, and Crossing with GTTFG Street. We have the King Swolio, Go to the Fucking Gym, Big Bicep Theory, and Swole Foods. This one, I don't think I've worn this in a video, but this is great. Talk about wearing blackface. I'm wearing gorilla face. Look at that. So that's me as a big black gorilla. That one kind of slipped under the radar, didn't it? Go to the Fucking Gym. I love the King Swolio. Or the Papa Kong. Whatever you want to call it. We have the Daily Swole merch, your daily dose of knowledge cock. We have the Santa Cruz, Go to the Fucking Gym, and I Warm Up with Your Max. That's a popular one as well. SpongeBob Swole Pants and Gainzilla. I think a lot of you are seeing these designs. Like, I've never seen these designs. Yeah, you have to scroll through. If you really want to see all these designs, you have to scroll for like an hour on the website. There's so many awesome designs. Let's see. Go to the Fucking Gym. This is, by the way, I'm not just going through the website. This is all 2024. Go to the Fucking Gym. The Leprechaun. This is all this past year. I got to start wearing that green Leprechaun one. We're coming up on that in March. Let's see. Oops. We have Puss in Jim and Shred. Awesome designs from Shrek, obviously. Let's see. Aladdin or Swoleaddin. I Can Show You the Gym. We have Swolio Hulud, the Dune design. Absolutely epic. I got blue eyes. You just can't see it from this distance. Super Swole Bros, which I'm rocking. God, look at all these designs. We have Bull Milk. Always practice safe sets. I Warm with Your Max. Lift heavy shit. 2 + 2 = Go to the Fucking Gym. I can't believe this is all. Oh, here's the Christy Swoleberry. Even Heaven Has Leg Days. That's such a great design. Aww. That's such a great design. I'm on the Swole spectrum. Your mom is my cardio. Your dad is my cardio. How many of you have rocked that and gotten comments about that? Naughty Nice at the Fucking Gym. Put down the fucking cookies. He sees you when you're lifting. He knows when you skip legs. We're just through the holiday season, so we'll bust those out again next year. Swole Park, the 2 Swole Park designs. God, these are great. Look, these are all 2024. What great designs. The Barbie, Go to the Fucking Gym. Saved by the Barbell. Stacy's mom goes to the fucking gym. That's why she's got it going on. Cybertruck GTTFG. We got the Taylor Swift, Go to the Fucking Gym. We have the nice green and red bleeding merch. Go to the Fucking Gym. What great designs. I love it. I'm so proud of what we've accomplished in 2024. Swolenormous Cybertruck, Barbell Girl. We got the hats. We got the loose crop tops. I think that's what that's showing, the loose crop tops. The tote bags. Michael Swolio and Shreddy Krueger. This is ridiculous. Oh, this is a great. This is one of my favorite designs. Fits me so well. This shirt, the jack-o'-lantern, and of course we have the Beetlejuiced. Love that one. Two of the most popular designs of the year: Optimus Pump and the Ozempic, the gym over the Ozempic shirt. The check boxes. Don't do Ozempic. Go to the fucking gym. That Ozempic design crushes. It's so simple, straight to the point. Anything we can do to give a big fuck you to Ozempic, I'm in favor of. Optimus Pump, one of the most popular designs of the year. And other most popular designs, we had a streak of, I mean, we always have great designs every week, but we had a streak where we had bangers for like a month or 2 months in a row. We had Ozempic, we had Optimus Pump, we had Deadlift, the Deadpool Deadlift shirt, we had the Swole shirt. We had all of those back to back to back. So there's some times where we just have a lot of designs come through and they're money, and we release them week after week, and it's just heavy hitters, one after the other. And that's it. So maybe it wasn't that much. That's a lot of designs. Lot of designs. So we get a round of applause. Cerny says, every time I wear the "your dad is my cardio," I get stopped and asked where I got it. See, that's what we should do. Every shirt should have a little QR code on the back, and you scan it, bloop, or on the shoulder, on the sleeve, and then you scan it, and then it brings you up right to the shirt. That'd be a cool little thing. Just have a QR code going right to the page. All right. Excellent. Let's do it. Hold on a second. Okay. Very exciting. Wow. Okay, let's see here. Whew. All right, fam. It's been a big year, and I want to say thank you, everyone, for being here. I appreciate you, and let's have a big 2025, shall we? We'll see you next time. Thanks for being here. Peace, McGee's. I'm kidding. All right. Damn. Gonna get Campbell's tomato soup thrown at me. Who's ready for some new releases? All right. Let's bang these out. We've got a little extra juicy releases for you, and more to come. We got a big year coming. Let's get into some new recipes. First one is a paleo Thai, a chicken soup. Ooh, it's cold outside. Get yourself some paleo Thai chicken soup. Hog Wild says, I bartended my work Christmas party rocking the Fuck Your Peppermint Mocha. Everyone loved it. Yeah, good stuff. Paleo Thai, a chicken soup. Represent. Next one, we got honey garlic salmon. Ooh, and salmon. We're talking about that. People ask, do you eat fish? Here's a great way to cook some fresh salmon if you're able to snag some. If you're a fish poison, check it out. Honey garlic salmon.
What's in the box?
And another recipe, adding to the, what are we talking about? Like 50, 60, 70, 150, whatever recipes. 150, right? 150 recipes. Garlic butter, steak bites, and potatoes. Potatoes, mash them, boil them, put them in a stew. Motherfucker. Indeed. So we got 3 new recipes to add on to the other 150,000 we have. All right, let's get into a couple featured classes. Again, right there on your home page, when you go into your app, you'll see this week's features. We'll update them after the show, but we change those every single week. That way, it highlights different parts of classes that members are enjoying, that we want to promote, that we want to recommend. So these are just recommended this week, and they change every single week. So if you haven't tried, or you're looking for a new class, you want to kind of mix things up, try this featured yoga class this week, Level 2 Morning Flow, number 2, Express class with Alex. So take your training up a notch. If you've only played around with starter class or level 1, try this one. A morning flow, great for the morning. Again, you could always pause, slow down the video, modify. But again, I encourage you to try a level 2 class. Don't be afraid of them. Sometimes you might find a level 2 class easier than some level 1s, depending on what they focus on. And yeah, check it out. We also featured Swollen 7 this week. Swollen 7 Mobility Round 13. And the workout for this week is legs number 2 from Maximum Swole. Maximum Swole.
I give it a 10. And that's the way. I like it. 10. She on the Sunshine Band.
All right, so those are your featured this week in the app, and I've been notified that the releases and those features are available now in the app. So let's get through these. Let's get through these awesome new releases. So we got 2 new yoga classes. 2 new yoga classes.
What's in the box?
That we are dropping for you. So to add to the other hundreds of classes, we have all levels Vinyasa number 2 with Alex, brand new yoga class. Air horn. Freddie, air horn. Use your talons. Hit the fucking button. Don't give me shit. All levels Vinyasa Goddamn bird. Can I go? All levels Vinyasa number 2 with Alex. Brand new yoga class. Brand new yoga class. All right, but wait, there's more. Not only do we have 1 yoga class, we got 2. So you can try that one, or
what's in the box?
Now, if you don't have a wall, I don't know what to tell you. Shoulder flow with the wall. Now, I have a feeling that this class, I haven't tried it yet, but I have a feeling that this class is going to be something that you're going to learn some new positions that you can jump into like during the day. So anywhere you have a wall, I'm sure you guys can find a flat surface. You're probably going to enjoy this one. Close your door and push against it. Don't push against the hinges. Don't be a tard. But shoulder flow with the wall looks like it's going to be a great class. And let me know. Remember, when you try the classes, make sure you comment under the classes. When you're in the app, you can comment below the class and let us know what you like about it. So make sure you comment under any post. You can comment, drop a comment, and it helps a lot. And you can go back and forth and let everyone else know that you like the class, what you liked about it. So definitely make sure you go to the comments section, the tab, when you're in a recipe, when you're on a yoga class, you can leave a comment and let everyone know what you thought about it. So shoulder flow with the wall, awesome new class. So 2 new yoga classes, all levels Vinyasa number 2 and shoulder flow with the wall. Not only that, all right, we got like 4 or 5 more releases. So let's just jump right into it. The next one is something that we are excited to start dropping. We've been working on these for a while, and we've been stockpiling a little bit. We've been working on this for a while. We have a bunch that we are going to be, 2025 is going to be big. And because we have so many classes, we want to continue to offer our members new types of content. So it's great to have a new yin class. It's great to have a new hips and twists. It's great to have a level 2 morning flow number 2. These are all great. We're going to keep on adding individual classes. But we also want to start adding certain things that allow you to go through and progress. And this is why we are proud to announce
what's in the box?
The first of several 5-part yoga series. So today we're launching the first one. And then over the course of the future, we'll be releasing more of these. So instead of having just a standalone class, now you will have a bunch of these 5-part series where you can go through systematically and see your progress as you go through the classes to achieve a specific targeted goal based on that series. So 5-part yoga series. So this one, we're starting off very reasonably, something for everyone, a beginner series. Now, I think this is going to be very valuable for anyone that's practiced yoga, unless you're very, very, very advanced. It still could be something that you go through. It could be something that you recommend to your parents, to people that are just getting started. If you're new to the Swole fam, this is a great time to join because that's a great place to start. So we already have a section in the yoga studio. We have the starter classes, but now you have a beginner series that actually is targeted specifically for beginners. So this is a great thing to do in addition. So beginner series. The first class is going to be spine. So you start with the spine, you start with the center of the body. So 5-part series. Number 1 is going to be the spine. Then you will target shoulders and the hips. Then you'll go through holding poses. So Alex will teach you how to hold poses and how to gain that stability, doing things like warrior 1, crescent pose, and so on and so forth, which a lot of people, that's usually a common point where it's like, oh, I fall over, I don't have stability. Of course you don't. You haven't practiced it. So now this beginner series will target all those things in order to get you more stable. And this kind of starters or beginner series is going to be a great foundation for you to go into those other level 1 classes or do the other starter classes. And of course, we do have chair yoga. We have that chair yoga section if this is even too much for you, but it's all good. Number 4, kind of like an intro. Number 4, a vinyasa flow. And then it'll go into yin number 5. So this is a great, absolutely all levels. Okay. But now obviously you can see you'll have like a yin component. You have a vinyasa component. You have a holding static poses component, shoulders and hips, opening that up. And of course, starting off with the spine. So this is a great combination to give you kind of like an all complete overview. And of course we have vinyasa sections, right? We have vinyasa level 1, 2, and 3. We have how many freaking yin classes do we have? So we have a lot of different things, and this beginner series is a great one to go through all of them. And we have a lot of other series coming, and this will be something that I'm sure many of you will enjoy, especially as we get into some of these other different categories and things that we're targeting. So awesome. Thank you, Alex, for more awesome classes. So beginner series. And this is the beginning of a lot of awesome new releases. So this won't be the only series. We're just getting started. So that's a new thing that we are going to be launching with the app. Very excited. Beginner series, now live. Super dope. All right. Now we have a couple other things. And we do have a new merch release, which I think you guys are going to love. All right, so let's get, and we were gonna have 2, but we're tweaking one of them. And let me just tell you, I know I'm leading into it. I want to focus on what we have today, but another one of the upcoming releases is perfect timing for January, and it should be done probably by next week. Very excited for some of the upcoming merch. It's legit. All right, merch coming up.
What's in the
But
box?
before we got new master classes. Yeah. Okie dokie. All right, we got new master classes. All right, calm down, calm your nips, calm your tits. We got new master classes. Everyone's freaking out. We want more master classes. We want new master classes. Yeah, well, we're building over here. We got stuff going on, but 2025 is going to be the year of the master class. It's going to be the year of the yoga series, and it's going to be the year of the master class. It's going to be the year of sick fucking gains. It's going to be the year of the Swole fam, the year of the new Swolenormous app. It's going to be the year of all these things. So new master classes, again, tip of the iceberg, but we're going to start with a nice foundation. And of course, there's a lot of things in the masterclass section, but we're redoing some of the stuff. We're going to be revamping, removing some of the one. You know, we're tightening things up and going through a lot of this content from scratch. So new master classes. What we got? We got 3. We got 3 master classes. All right. The first one, you've been wanting it for a while. We have how to track workouts in a physical training log. I know some of you are going to be like, about fucking time. All right. So obviously we have the 7 Pillars journal in the app. I personally like to use my composition book. I kept it very simple for this breakdown. I took a picture. I wrote a sample workout, went through it exactly like the little annotations that I make. And I might actually also do like a framework, maybe like a blank that you can use, but watch it, take what you want from it. This is how I track and how I address my progressive overload, stay organized, easy to reference. Really easy for me to do. This is how I like to do it. You don't have to do it the way I do it. You might have your own little things. Totally fine. I'm just doing what I do. This is me sharing what I personally do, not necessarily what you should do and the best way for you to do it. This is how I like to do it. I've been talking about it for a while. So there's that one. Okay.
What's in the box?
Number 2, setting goals for the new year. Now, this video can actually be about setting goals anytime, but it's what I really want you guys to think about and what's most important with setting goals, how you can get off track, how you can get distracted, and how you can bring back your focus on what's really the most important, especially being a part of the Swole fam, using the Swolenormous app, being in Swolenormous X, and using all the content to crush the new year. So you could use this every year. It's just very conveniently this time of year. So it's perfect timing for this, but this is kind of like a universal. It's not just necessarily for the new year. It's anytime you're setting goals. It's very easy to get distracted and reasons for that distraction, but setting goals for the new year. Okay. And we got one more.
What's in the box?
Epic. How to approach the elimination diet. So the title of this, if you've done the elimination diet, if you're like, oh, I got it all figured out, what I want you to do is watch this anyway. Comment below, watch this video. So this is kind of like how to approach the elimination diet. The title, it's more like an overview of the elimination, like the Swolosophy behind the elimination diet. So we have a lot of other content about, the specifics. We have the nutrition jumpstart, that breakdown. Here's what this and the other. This is a great one to watch and give you context even about the nutrition jumpstart, because there's always going to be people saying like, oh, in this list, it says you can have this. It says you can eat this. Really, it goes over the philosophy behind the elimination diet. Again, how you have to think about it, how it's kind of protracted that you're going to continue for the rest of your life, how to think about eliminating, what this does to your body. Just really, it's very simple. Elimination diet's very, very simple. And in other words, you're going to get out whatever you put in, but it's important to really understand foundationally what the purpose of this is and what information it's going to give you and how to pay attention to that information in the future. So even if you've done it before and you feel like you got your stuff figured out, watch it. You'll probably get a couple little nuggets. It'll at least give you a coat of paint, remind you what's important. It's easy to get distracted. It's easy to lose your focus. It's easy to kind of get used to your own routine and your habits. Even if you've done the elimination diet before, you just kind of get used to what you're doing. It's a nice reminder to hear these things. Oh, I should be focusing on this. Oh, I am doing better than I thought I was. Oh, I didn't really fall off. Oh, this is something that it's not that complicated. People make a bigger deal out of it than it is because they're breaking up their addictions. This is really what is a big problem, is you're separating someone. I'm telling you to cut out your addictive foods. I'm telling someone who's addicted to drugs to stop doing those drugs. Hey, put the shit down, put the cookies down. Oh, but I like my cookies. You can make cookies yourself with like quality, like protein and eggs, and you can make ice cream. You take raw cream and you put a little scoop of whey protein in it, and you can blend mango and frozen cream. Like you can, and put some raw honey in it. You can make these foods yourself. You want the salt, you want the fat and the protein. You're just using garbage ingredients, or you're buying it from a store with all these preservatives and vegetable oils. So it's not that ice cream is bad. What does ice cream mean? It's iced cream. Well, I love raw cream. It's like frozen. It's delicious for a reason. It's amazing. But you're getting all this vegetable oils and canola and soybean oil. It's not really ice cream. It's just frozen vegetable oils and seed oils and ultra processed sugar. So it's not the food itself, it's what it's made of. So in other words, you have to just really learn what foods do to your body. And this is going to give you a nice overview, just to another coat of paint. And if you're new to the elimination diet, it's a great one to start with also. You're welcome, Cerny. So that's what we got for masterclasses now. And of course, and let me tell you, there's a list of like 100 things for masterclasses. There's training masterclasses. There's all sorts of stuff. So this is just where we're starting. And I don't want to show you the merch yet, but what you will see in the app, is the new releases. Obviously the features this week, we have them live. So the features are already live on the site. We already have the new releases up here, the master classes that are now available. Super sweet. So it's already there, and you can go and check that out afterwards and jump on it. So John says this is really good for those that have done the elimination diet but need to reassess their nutrition. Your body changes. That's essentially what the process is. And that's where a lot of this content is. And what the masterclass are going to do are kind of, I guess, as always, fill in the gaps with anything, fill in the gaps everywhere. So there's so much content. So the masterclasses are kind of the glue or the webbing where everything is going to fit within. So you go to the education tab, and this is why in the app, I'll bring it up again. This is why in the app we have the education tab at the top. So it's right there. Lifestyle, setting goals for the new year. You know, we're going to have a lot of these, right? Program design, how to track workouts. So we have, you know, mobility masterclasses, nutrition. So going to the education, of course, you can just go to the masterclass section or do a search, but we have a lot in this education section is where we're going to be putting a lot of content. So with everything that's here, this is going to be completely even more built out with more sections and a lot more content. So really, what Swolenormous X and what the Swole fam has always been about is explaining why things are done. It's a lot of people, what they want is just to be told what to do, right? How do I lose weight? Oh, take this drug and just inject Ozempic into my asshole. And people just want a simple answer, right? Or, hey, do this. What should I eat? We get these questions all the time. You guys know this. Hey, Papa Swole, what should I eat? Eat this. Okay, now what? You're not going to stick to it if you don't understand why. Doing the elimination diet and understanding what these foods do to your body, you understand the reason why you're not making these decisions. You understand the reasons why you are making certain decisions. You understand why you should stick to it, what the purpose is, and it's going to help you navigate when people are trying to give you shit, you know, with your community and environment, how to remove yourself from these situations, how to prepare your meals, how to avoid those kinds of traps. If you don't understand why, you're not going to stick to it. So, hey, train, what should I do for biceps? Do a curl. But it's like understanding why you would do a certain type of curl and when you would do a certain type of curl, right? We just talked about prioritizing a body part, doing it at the first of a workout. If you don't know why you're doing what you're doing, you're not going to stick to it because you're not going to stick to it because you don't understand the reason why you're doing it in the first place. You're just following the leader. Eventually you're going to get bored and fall off because no one's telling you what to do. It doesn't give you any control. It doesn't give you any locus of control. You're just flying by the seat of your pants and just, oh, tell me what to do, daddy. So, yeah. Thank you, Cerny. Appreciate it. Understanding the why. Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, that's part of the 7 pillars, knowing your why, understanding why you're doing what you're doing, understanding why you're training. And this is what keeps you disciplined. You're not going to be motivated. What keeps you disciplined is understanding why you're doing what you're doing. And if you don't know why you're doing what you're doing, why are you going to do it? Okay. Ready? Who's ready for some new merch? And we'll have more masterclass. I just had a couple more ideas pop up into my head. I just have, seriously, there's like 100 ideas for masterclass. So these are just the tip of the iceberg. Who's ready for new merch? We got one new merch. And like I said, the other one wasn't ready today, but it's so ready and the timing is perfect. I cannot wait. I'm so excited. I'm going to lose my mind, but I can't tell you yet because it's not quite done. Here we go. New merch.
What's in the box?
There's a lot of dangers in the world these days. And I think what's important to understand is, you know, some of you like to go on cruises. Some of you like to travel, which is fine, but you have to be careful, right? You don't want to get, you don't want anyone robbing you. You don't want anyone stealing from you. You got to be careful. If you go sailing or go on a cruise ship, you got to be careful, especially in the Caribbean with all these ruffians. And there is actually a lot of news coming out of a lot of looting and pirates, if you can believe that. Pirates in the Caribbean, if you can believe it. So there is one scallywag that's out there that's wreaking havoc on the world. You got to be careful. Keep an eye out for Captain Jacked Sparrow. Yar, matey. All right, I got to zoom in. Obviously, I got to zoom in. It's going to look a little pixelated, but yar, Captain Jacked Sparrow. And, of course, yoked like it ain't no joke. So, it's a fuck yeah shirt. Fantastic. So maybe we'll add a little Captain Jack Sparrow. Maybe we'll add the captain, but Jack Sparrow, great design. I've been looking to get this made for a while. Tried a bunch. This has actually been something that's been like months in the making. Got a bunch of first drafts back. Didn't look good on a shirt. A couple ideas that I had just didn't look good. This is a great one. Jacked Sparrow. Looks awesome. Came out great. Looks great on a bunch of different designs. Looks great on red. So, awesome new design. Check it out. New Jack Sparrow design, and now available on the merch store. Finally got this one launched. I'm really excited about the next one. But it's just not ready yet. But we still got time. Still got a week or two. Still got a week. We're probably going to launch it on Monday. Want to get that out there. The font is awesome. It looks awesome. Might add a little captain there at the top or in the corner, but looks legit. Text looks great. So fam, amazing new release. I'm not going to go through all of them again. New yoga series. Well, I can bring up the app. See, that's what's great about the app. I can just bring it up and then I don't have to show you or slide through. So if we go through briefly, we got all the featured this week, got the new featured releases. We got the new beginner series. You tap on that, boom. New yoga beginner series with Alex. We got the new masterclass, how to track workouts. And look right here, fam. If you didn't know, remove the bottom bar. Make sure right here, look, add a comment. You are amazing. You could type that. You could say, you are amazing, Papa Swole. That'd be awesome. You could type that. So under these videos, whether it's a workout, fam, I'm telling you, make sure you leave a comment. It helps tremendously. Plus, I want to read your comment. I want to respond. So we have the community section in the app, but you can also just comment below the videos themselves. So how to track workouts in a physical training log. Let's see what else we got here. How to approach the elimination diet. You can comment below here. Your beard is amazing, right? You can talk about how amazing the beard looks. You could do that. Just give me some ideas. Give me some options. Just spitballing here. Let's see what else you can do. Setting goals for the new year. Your biceps are huge. These are just, look, I'm just saying, just some ideas. Just some ideas. I don't want to, you guys will figure it out. All the video, it's all going to say like, your beard is great. All the comments are like, your biceps are huge. Your beard is great. All right, don't type that, but you can comment below and then let me know what you think. Love this masterclass. It could be like, hey, I really learned a lot. I really like that part about X, Y, and Z. And let's say you like this shoulder flow with the wall. Look right here. You got the about section, tells you a little bit about it, what you need or what you could use. Drop a comment and like, love this class, whatever, right? So make sure you leave comments on the post. And if you like something, for example, a new release, honey garlic salmon, you can leave a comment. Love this recipe. Fantastic. So you can comment under every product. And yeah, I mean, I don't know how many of you have been using and been commenting on the posts. I know a lot of you did when you're on the website. Maybe it's just a little bit more visual in front of you there because you're next to your computer or your keyboard, but do so in the app too. Cerny's saying comments help me decide if I want to try something or not. So I think people are just still getting used to the app. And, if we create more of a culture of people commenting under videos, because I'm always like to go in there and respond to comments and I see that, and, it's very easy to do so on your phone. So not only do you have to comment, or you comment in the community section, but obviously you're not going to post in the community section like, hey, I love this class. You can, but it's great if you do it under the actual class itself. And then people can respond and be like, hey, I love this class too. And if there are a lot of people and you like a class, make sure you let everyone know that you like it. So someone was mentioning, hey, can we have like a thumbs up? Can we have, how many members have seen a class? At this time, we can't, but it'd be cool if you could hit like and it could say like, hey, how many likes a class got? That'd be cool. But we don't really need to have a like button when you can have a comment button. You could see, hey, I love this class. So we don't have a thumbs up button, but you can leave a comment and it's even better. You can let people know what you liked about it. This would feel great for my back. I really love this at night. Cool. and then let people know what you enjoy about it. Yeah, Cerny's in the comments a lot. So, you know, when you next time you do a class, something on your favorite, if it made it to your favorites playlist, think about that. If you have it on your favorites playlist, you love that class. Let everyone know that you love the class. So how to track workouts in a physical training log. Oh, I really like this. Can you show an example of something else? It gives me ideas maybe for another masterclass. Oh, I love this, but I'm a little bit confused about X, Y, and Z. Cool. I might not hit every last thing or answer every last little question. So it gives me a lot of context, maybe something I can add, or I can respond in the comments and give you some feedback. All right. So super cool. Let's give away this. Sexy biche. All right. Let's give away the Swole card. Happy Swole year. And let you all go on your way. Remember, join the fam, swolenormousx.com. Let's give away the Swole card. And you guys can go, make sure you comment on the masterclasses. Go and watch. Go enjoy. All right, today's winner is Monsieur John Fernandez. John, congratulations. Send us an email to support@swolenormous.com. Swole card, what is it? 3160. I don't have it in the corner here, but 3160 in the subject, your mailing address in the body of the email. Go and send us that email. We'll get the Swole card. By the way, we have a lot of Swole cards that have been outstanding. So if you're waiting on Swole cards, don't worry, they're coming. We just did like a fucking stack. The holidays have been crazy. So we just got to like a bunch for like a couple months of Swole cards. So that's going out, and you'll probably get them all in the first couple of days of the new year. So really awesome. So congratulations, John. Thanks for playing. And congratulations on winning today's Swole card. Any other questions at the buzzer? I think we're good. That was a long episode. We had a lot to go through. So thank you everyone for being here. The year of the masterclasses, the year of the yoga series, the year of sick fucking gains, the year of the app. Finally, we've had the app up. Really, it hasn't even been, it's been like a month and a half. Maybe, because we released it, but it was a slow release to members. We didn't really publicly promote it for like 2 weeks. So it's been like a little over a month. It's crazy how it's so new. And it just feels like it's a whole new structure. So once we released it, and then it was not just releasing it, it was making sure, because once we released it, it was one thing. But then we had to see how everyone liked it, how it functioned, how people were using it. So we couldn't just like pivot on a dime. If we had to change things, we couldn't go too deep with the current structure. We had to wait and see, how it was going to be received and how it was going to function. And now that we are kind of got the flow of it, now it's we can step on the gas a little bit more and really start to move with it. So perfect timing for 2025. So thanks for being here. You want to join the fam? swolenormousx.com. Start your trial. Download the app. Let's get after it. And thanks for being here, Beaches. We'll see you tomorrow. Peace, McGeese. Deuce, Magoose. Yeah, boy. Papa Swole. Out.
Crazy flow, need a straight jacket. Cash flow, I'm a bank addict. 6 subs, had the bass smacking. 808, had the place clapping. 3 girls is enough for me, so I pull out like the stock crashing. Like an IPO, trying to purchase me. This a private sector, so you can't have it. Faking all that boom bapping. Who you think you is, boy? 90s want they sound back, so I give rap all these fake rappers as I take matters in my own hands. I don't need rapping, I don't need Zans. I don't need help, I'm a grown man. Now they king left and they so mad, it's like
Then yeah, I found that young king with my crown at 10 racks in the fanny pack, couple hundred in the Louis bag.
that's a bed that you made. That's a bed that you made. That's a bed that you laid. What kind of game is you playing? We go hard in the paint, chill. What the fuck is you saying? I only go where they pay. What kind of game is you playing? Whoa, my shit is relevant. On topic, my melanin is popping. I'm taking skeletons on closets and making new deposits. I'm in my element.